Behind the grandeur of the 2025 parade, there was a message far deeper than mere national pride. China wanted to show the world that it is no longer a rising power. It is a consolidated force, modern and ready to respond to any threat. Over the past 2 decades, the country has transformed its armed forces into something far beyond the sheer number of soldiers or tanks. The change has been structural, technological, and doctrinal. The old army, centered on land defense, has evolved into a complete military system, interconnected by artificial intelligence networks, satellites, and sensors that operate as a single organism. Before we continue, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Here, you understand how global power is changing. The goal is clear: to ensure total deterrence capability on land, in the air, at sea, in space, and in cyberspace. Each sector has been redesigned to respond autonomously, yet coordinatedly in any modern warfare scenario. The Chinese command now speaks of intelligent warfare, a concept that combines military power with data science, quantum computing, robotics, and orbital surveillance. It is the transition from a force of mass to a force of precision, where information is as valuable as a bomb, and control of time and communication can decide a war before it even begins. This transformation has been accompanied by institutional modernization. The People's Liberation Army has been reorganized into 5 major theater commands, each responsible for a strategic region, and now operates with integration between naval, air, land, and space forces. This structure enables rapid, decentralized, and coordinated responses, especially in conflict situations in the South China Sea or the Taiwan Strait. At the same time, the country has heavily invested in autonomous defense technology. Unmanned vehicles, satellite surveillance systems, quantum communication, and cyber warfare have become national priorities. Today, China possesses one of the world's largest industrial and technological complexes dedicated to defense, an ecosystem where universities, state-owned companies, and research centers work under a single directive: to prepare the country to win wars that haven't even started yet. But the Chinese challenge is not just about building strength. It is about balancing power and narrative, to show capability without appearing aggressive, to protect its sovereignty without taking the first step toward direct confrontation. This fine line between defense and demonstration of force defines Beijing's current military doctrine. In 2025, it became clear that China's focus is not just on conflict, it is on strategic control of the future. For China, war is no longer fought solely with weapons, but with data, systems, and information. And whoever dominates that domain will dominate the 21st century. China's military rise did not happen by chance. It was the result of a carefully planned national project that combined strategic patience with global ambition. While the United States focused on long and costly wars in the Middle East, Beijing quietly invested in modernization, research, and technological integration. The country transformed decades of learning into a new form of power, more agile, more connected, and less dependent on external alliances. Today, the global balance is no longer measured solely by troop numbers or defense budgets. China dominates critical industrial supply chains, controls essential maritime routes, and has expanded its economic influence over dozens of countries. This interdependence creates a type of power that doesn't need to be fired. It just needs to exist to change the behavior of other nations. The tension with the United States is a direct reflection of this transition. On one side, the greatest military power of the 20th century, which still maintains 750 bases around the world and unparalleled air dominance. On the other, a nation that grows in silence, consolidating regional alliances, expanding its navy, and investing in technologies that could redefine modern warfare, from artificial intelligence to space. In 2025, the message from Beijing is clear. China does not want to start a conflict, but it wants to make it clear that it will not accept being contained. Military modernization is above all a way of telling the world that the country is prepared to defend its position, whether in Taiwan, the South China Sea, or any dispute that threatens its territory. The 2025 parade was more than a show of force. It was a symbolic milestone of strategic parity. For the first time in decades, the United States no longer views China as a distant threat, but as a rival capable of competing on all levels: economic, technological, and military. The 21st century will be defined not only by the confrontation between these two powers, but by their ability to coexist without turning rivalry into war. And by all indications, Beijing is already ready, not just to fight, but to shape the rules of the new global balance. If you want to understand how the new global contest is being waged, not in the trenches but in technology, diplomacy, and ideas, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share. Because the world that is being born now will be defined by those who know how to read the signs of power before the first shot is fired.